The NBA has been the ground for some of the best plays that basketball has ever seen. The magic that some of the NBA ballers create is just out of this world, just like any other NBA season. The 2022-23 season has seen its fair share of tremendous plays. In today's video, we're going to explore some of the best plays of this season, so stay tuned. Zion Williamson is one of the rising young prospects of the NBA today. He reignited the Pelicans-Suns budding rivalry that stemmed from their 2022 NBA playoffs clash after slamming home a 360 windmill dunk to send the home crowd into a frenzy. It caused high tension between the players as Zion breached an unsaid rule. The 360 was so clean, and doing it at the end of the game when your team is winning just proves the confidence level of Zion Williamson.
It's over. Pels. No. Get it done. And on the spin and the reverse, the slam by Zion.
D'Angelo Russell humiliated the veteran point guard Mike Conley after he put him on stakes during a match between the Minnesota Timberwolves and Utah Jazz. The way Conley slid in the court after Russell stopped in his tracks was devastating. Conley crumbled on the floor while Russell took his shot and literally sent him to another realm. It was such a cold yet dominating play from Russell.
Now it's Russell, driving on Conley, stops. Oh, the window! As Conley touches earth, ice in his veins.
Yet another talented youngster on the list, AJ Griffin, has shown great potential for the Atlanta Hawks. He got himself on the highlight reel after producing multiple game winners for the team. During a game against the Chicago Bulls, Griffin converted a mid-air 360 off an inbounds play with 0.5 seconds left in overtime. Yes, half a second. Takes a lot of nerves considering he's just 20 years old.
Young. Instead, they'll go inside, throw up, and he got it! He got it! He got it! I don't believe it! AJ Griffin at the buzzer!
We just love a plain old 360, don't we? But the 360 slam dunk that Paul George did against the Oklahoma City Thunder was the most hyped 360 we witnessed this season. The LA Clippers star made a backdoor cut to attack the rim and ended up producing a 360 dunk, sending fans at the Crypto Arena into wild celebrations. Even the usually neutral Kawhi Leonard couldn't help but give a reaction to George's play, telling us how hyped the moment was.
Clippers by one, coming out of the timeout. 4:25 to play. George! Oh, my goodness!
We had some nasty clutch moments during this NBA season. De'Aaron Fox, the NBA's inaugural Clutch Player of the Year award recipient, produced some memorable magic moments with the clock winding down into the dying moments of the game. His best play came during a game against the Orlando Magic when he hit a game-winning logo shot to seal the win for the Kings in overtime with only 1 second remaining. Crazy moment.
Fox, 2, Fox from midcourt. Got it! De'Aaron Fox called game!
Luka Doncic's performance this season was impeccable, from being the second top scorer of the season to one of the best assists. He has just been outrageous for the Dallas Mavericks. His vision has been immaculate throughout the season, from dunking to dishing out impossible passes. Luka was the guy to remember. His vision being one of his most lethal weapons. Luka, against a game with Indiana Pacers, created a chance which was near impossible. He created a three-point opportunity out of nowhere when he dished a baseline pass while being double-teamed to Jaden Hardy on the opposite corner. Jaden Hardy, being a beast himself, served full justice to Luka's pass, and then took a beautiful shot for the deserved 3 points.
Wood with the pass, Luka able to chase it down. They got him trapped on the sideline. They fouled in a situation like that before. How on earth did he find Hardy?
Kevin Durant is just ice cold. A regular season game against the Washington Wizards was enough for Kevin Durant to annihilate Daniel Gafford with an ankle breaker. After receiving the pass and having a wide line open to dunk, Durant chose to do a crazy crossover which split open Gafford's legs, making Gafford look like a high school cheerleader. It's crazy to think that Durant, instead of choosing an easy dunk, would create a moment that not only ushers hype but embarrasses his opponent at the same time.
Thomas to Durant. The fake. The second. Oh! Ankle breaker! KD!
Aaron Gordon gave Denver a Christmas present this season. In a Western Conference face-off, the game between the Denver Nuggets and Phoenix Suns spilled into overtime, then with around 30 seconds left on the clock, and Denver leading Phoenix 124-123. Suns guard Landry Shamet failed to make a shot that would have pushed Phoenix into the lead. That's when Gordon, the Denver forward, grabbed the rebound and sped down the court. There he met Shamet, who tried to block the lane. Despite being an improbable distance from the rim, Gordon launched himself into the air. He kept flying forward, even as he made contact with Shamet, and shoved the basketball into the net. The crowd flew into a frenzy as Gordon fell back to earth. It felt like Superman took a flight and made a dunk. Just pure madness.
Here comes Aaron Gordon the other way. Gordon! Oh my goodness!
Ja Morant's dunk made noise around the NBA world. It was so astounding that the NBA Play of the Year put it at #1 spot for the 2022-23 season. Time and again, we see Morant throw down insane dunks and put many around the league on posters. But what he did with this dunk against the Indiana Pacers and forward Jalen Smith on the 14th of January 2023 may just be one of the most impressive things you will ever see from a 6'3" point guard. In the third quarter of the game in Indiana, Ja Morant and the Grizzlies led by 18 points, and after splitting two defenders on the perimeter, Morant dove towards the basket and threw down. Guys who are 7 inches shorter are not supposed to be able to do what Morant did, and that was exactly what Smith was thinking when he went up to contest Morant's dunk attempt. Dunking over Smith would have been impressive enough, but it was the way that Morant ricocheted the ball behind his head and then viciously threw the ball down on Smith's head. It was an extraordinary dunk as fans and players of the NBA praised it high equally.
Morant against McConnell. Pick and roll. Morant. Oh, my word. Holy cow.
LeBron stands alone, 20 years and still counting. King James has etched his name in the history of basketball, being one of the greatest to ever dunk. LeBron broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's long-standing record as the NBA's all-time leading scorer in the 2022-23 season during a game against Oklahoma City Thunder. Kareem, present in the crowd, stood up and clapped for the baller who just broke his record. And not just any baller, it was LeBron goddamn James. The shot he took to break the record was just as sublime as his whole career has been. The consistency just doesn't leave this man. Even after 20 years, LeBron's vigor for the game is just like it was at the start. The mid-range shot was taken beautifully after LeBron was halted by the never-ending defense of Oklahoma City Thunder. Nevertheless, he scored and achieved what he was destined to do.
Looking for James. He's got it. Coming to the end of the third quarter. LeBron James, a shot at history. And there it is! LeBron stands alone!
Luka Doncic just can't get off this list. The outstanding season that he had has compelled us to bring him back for another spectacular and clutch moment. En route to his historic 60-point, 21-rebound, 10-assist game against the Knicks, Doncic turned the game on its head. The Mavericks were down 2 with 4 seconds left on the clock, having Luka at the free throw line. Making the shot would have cut the lead to 1, but would have given New York the possession with 4 seconds. Doncic had to miss the shot and hope to tip it in, and guess what? He did exactly that. The crowd erupted on this madness as this play by Doncic was outrageous on every ground.
Nothing shocks me about this game.
And that drew rim. It's still loose. Luka got it back. He did it. An improbable comeback by Dallas to tie it. To send the Thunder home. Lillard, long-range three.
can all agree that buzzer-beating game winners are one of the best things about the NBA. So, on that note, let's talk about the top game winners through the decade and why we love them so much. We're going to be going in order from the latest to the oldest. De'Aaron Fox walk-off game winner from the logo 22 to 23.
Kings, Fox, 2, Fox from midcourt. Got it! De'Aaron Fox called game!
De'Aaron Fox, the 25-year-old point guard for the Sacramento Kings, attempted and made, quite honestly, the most phenomenal buzzer beater of the season. With the game on overtime and both teams tied at 123 points each, with just over 1 second left on the clock, Fox took home the prize for clutch shot of the season by going up from the half-court marker. I mean, we could see how much it meant to everybody just by their reactions. Jason Tatum shocks the world with buzzer beater game winner versus Nets 21 to 22. Now, I'm sure all of you know by now that most game winners are shots usually from outside the box, but this one was truly special. Talk about having fancy footwork. Jason Tatum has to have one of the best handles in the game right now, and he's proved it on more than one occasion. With the Celtics down by just 1 point, they showed why they deserve to win with some of the best teamwork we've seen in a while. Tatum put the cherry on top with his lightning-fast 360, attempting the layup with about a half second left on the clock, winning the game with just 1 point. Jason Tatum incredible game winner versus Bucks 20 to 21. Okay, we know what you're gonna say, and no, we're not Jason Tatum fanboys here. But what can we say? The man delivers. Tatum threw down a mean three-pointer at the end of the fourth quarter, pulling the Celtics ahead of the Bucks. The commentator explained the situation best as the best defender on the Bucks going up against the #1 offensive player from the Celtics. Tatum used his signature step-back shot, and all I have to say is that he did it beautifully.
Giannis switches onto him. Tatum and Antetokounmpo, the superstar, step-back three on the way. Oh, it banks in! Jason Tatum puts Boston on top.
I mean, is it just me or does that man just find the ring from wherever he throws? Bojan Bogdanovic nails game winner versus Giannis and Bucks 19 to 20. Bojan Bogdanovic, the Croatian small forward for the Utah Jazz, proved that he was a force to be reckoned with on the court with his performance during their matchup. Bogdanovic showed us and the rest of the world that he barely even needs to see the rim and he'll still make his shot. With 1.3 seconds left on the clock, Bogdanovic received the ball and made the impossible happen for the Jazz with the ball still in the air when the buzzer sounded. The man quite literally destroyed the Bucks with just one shot. He scored the shot from just outside the corner of the box and left the whole crowd in awe. Now, before we move forward, I want to know what you guys are thinking. But no, we don't have anything against the Bucks. It's just that they play against some amazing players. Kawhi Leonard sends Philadelphia 76ers home with epic buzzer beater in Game 7, 18 to 19. Now, this one right here is the shot of the century for me. And if it were up to us, we'd just end the video right here, leaving this clip here. Leonard pulled up from the corner to drain the game-winning shot over this year's MVP, Joel Embiid. The shot bounced off the rim 4 times before finally failing to give the Raptors the 92 to 90 win in Game 7. And the first game-winning buzzer beater in a Game 7 in NBA history. Leonard finished with 41 points in that game and averaged a series-high 34.7 points, 9.9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1.3 steals to lead the Raptors to the conference finals for the second time in team history. I just can't get over this shot. LeBron James wins the game with a ridiculous block and buzzer beater combo versus Timberwolves, 17 to 18. Now, this wouldn't be a video about basketball if we didn't mention the king, LeBron James. Whether it's offense or defense, there can never be a list of the best moments without the king's name on it. The moment in question here is LeBron's badass performance against the Timberwolves. The man was just playing with them like they were ragdolls or something. Alright, anyway, so enough with the praise and let's talk a bit about his performance that day. LeBron made a monstrous block against Jimmy Butler and just seconds later finished the game in overtime with the cleanest fadeaway shot with only a second left on the clock. The disrespect was just mad because, like the block, the shot was also on Jimmy Butler. Russell Westbrook buzzer beater versus Denver Nuggets triple-double number 42, 16 to 17. Russell Westbrook is a household name in the NBA at this point, and for good reason. The man is a living legend. Some say he might have a bit of an attitude problem, but the man gets away with it because he's just that good. On the night when the Oklahoma Thunders faced off against the Denver Nuggets, he buried a ridiculous 36-foot shot that ended the Nuggets' season. Westbrook completed his record third 50-point triple-double for the season by nailing a heavily contested three-pointer at the buzzer that handed the Nuggets a one-way ticket back home with a 106-105 loss and officially exterminated their playoff hopes. And that too on Nuggets' home court. Even the Nuggets guard praised him by saying he might have just locked up the MVP with that one right there. Bradley Beal's game-winning three with 0.3 seconds left versus Spurs, 15-16.
Quickly to Wall. Wall measures. Beal gets open for three. Dagger!
They don't have any timeouts left, so like I said, Washington has to pick up.
Bradley Beal, at that time the shooting guard for the Washington Wizards and a three-time All-Star, showed his loyalty to his team with the most clutch performances of the season. He made a three-pointer with 0.3 seconds remaining to lift the Washington Wizards to a 102-99 victory over San Antonio. Beal opened himself up towards his left with just seconds left on the clock and made the shot of the season with a three-pointer, practically finishing the game with just 0.3 seconds left on the clock. Derrick Rose buzzer-beater game-winning three-pointer off the glass versus Cavs, 14-15. Derrick Rose is yet another star of the NBA, especially in the eyes of the Chicago Bulls. Rose has been one of the several stars produced by the Bulls, as he was the first overall pick in the 2008 draft. Rose's career has been full of injuries, but that never stopped him from performing, especially in the moment in question. Derrick Rose made the most clutch three-pointer of the season from deep inside the court, landing the Bulls a well-deserved victory against the legendary LeBron James Cleveland Cavaliers. Rose flew up from the deep inside the court with the whole crowd going wild in excitement as he scored. Damian Lillard's ridiculous game winner lifts Blazers over Rockets. Taco Bell buzzer beater 13-14.
It's Lillard. He got the shot off.
Finishing off with the hottest shot from the 2013 season, Damian Lillard proved his worth to his team, scoring the shot of the decade as a rookie. Lillard went ahead and attempted to score the much-needed three-pointer against the Houston Rockets, winning the series. With just 9/10 of a second left on the clock, Lillard sprung into action and destroyed the Houston Rockets with just one shot. Talk about saving the best for last. The NBA, the battleground for the fiercest basketball matches. Today, we're going to discuss the biggest upsets in the NBA. Seriously, nobody saw these coming. The Miami Heat's historic upset of the Milwaukee Bucks in the 2023 NBA playoffs is kicking off our list. In a stunning breakthrough, the 8th-seeded Miami Heat defeated the top-seeded Milwaukee Bucks 4-1 in the series. Jimmy Butler, who had outstanding performances throughout the series, played a significant role in this upset. Butler scored 42 points in the pivotal Game 5, which helped the Heat win and send the Bucks out of the playoffs. The Bucks, who had the best regular season record in the NBA, were big favorites, so the Heat's triumph was a surprise. This upset is a prime example of how thrilling and unexpected the NBA playoffs can be, as lower-seeded teams may surprise everyone. Then, in the 2023 NBA playoffs, the Los Angeles Lakers pulled off a huge upset and stunned the Memphis Grizzlies. Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura contributed to the Lakers' 4-2 series victory, which LeBron James and Anthony Davis led. The Lakers defeated the Grizzlies 125-85 in Game 6 to wrap up the series. The Grizzlies were favored to win the series and had a more substantial regular season record than the Lakers, so their upset was surprising. The Lakers' upset of the Grizzlies proves you can expect anything in the NBA, with underdog teams capable of surprising everyone and getting a victory. One of the biggest upsets of 2020 was the Miami Heat's upset of the Milwaukee Bucks in the 2020 NBA playoffs. In the second round, the 5th-seeded Heat defeated the 1st-seeded Bucks 103-94 in Game 5 of their East semifinal series. The underdog Miami Heat had a 15.2% probability of winning, which made it a huge upset. The twist in the 2020 postseason came from the lack of home court advantage, and the usual atmosphere of the Orlando bubble appeared to have an impact on the Bucks' play, contributing to this surprising result. The Heat's triumph was mainly due to their brilliant game planning and excellent execution. The two-time defending NBA champion Golden State Warriors faced the Toronto Raptors, playing in their first ever final in the 2019 NBA Finals. The Raptors, led by Kawhi Leonard, overcame the strongly favored Warriors in 6 games to win their first NBA title. After a fiercely fought series, the Raptors emerged victorious in the decisive Game 6 away from home, defeating the Warriors 114-110 to claim the championship. This historic upset was attributed mainly to Kawhi Leonard's outstanding performances throughout the series and the efforts of the Raptors' supporting group. The Raptors' triumph was incredible, bringing the 2019 NBA season to a dramatic and surprising close. The 2018 Cleveland Cavaliers' victory against the Toronto Raptors in the Eastern Conference semifinals was one of the significant NBA upsets. It was anticipated that the Raptors would make it to the NBA Finals as they had the best record in the Eastern Conference at the end of the regular season. However, LeBron James and the Cavaliers had different plans for their team. LeBron James hit a spectacular buzzer beater to give the Cavaliers a dramatic overtime win on the road in Game 1 of the series. Following their victory in Game 1, they went on to win Games 2, 3, and 4 of the series in a clean sweep. The shock was noteworthy because it demonstrated LeBron James' superiority in the postseason and crushed the Raptors' dreams of going far in the playoffs. The upset added to LeBron James' reputation as a playoff juggernaut and enhanced the Cavaliers' incredible run in the 2018 postseason, leaving a lasting impression on the NBA scene. Who could forget the NBA Finals of 2016? The record-breaking 73-win Golden State Warriors were up 3-1 in the series when the Cleveland Cavaliers staged an incredible comeback. With a 4-3 series win, the Cavaliers, led by LeBron James, shocked the basketball world and ended Cleveland's 52-year title drought. It also cemented the Cavaliers' legacy in NBA history. The same year in April, a thrilling first-round matchup between the Portland Trail Blazers and the Los Angeles Clippers culminated in a stunning upset by the Trail Blazers. The series ended with the Trail Blazers beating the Clippers, clinching a 4-2 series victory. The decisive Game 6 took place on April 29, 2016, a tightly fought battle that kept fans on their toes. Damian Lillard, the star point guard for the Trail Blazers, played a significant role in pulling off the upset. Lillard scored a remarkable 28 points and contributed significantly with 7 assists, giving the Blazers a headway to the next round. The game's final score was 106-103, highlighting the intensity of the matchup and the narrow margin by which the Trail Blazers sealed the deal. The triumph turned the table for the Clippers, and the Blazers finally clinched the series with a 4-2. 2015 saw a stunning upset pulled off by the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors' NBA Finals triumph against the Toronto Raptors shocked everyone. The Raptors, who had a solid regular season but were not seen as a severe postseason danger, were upset by the Warriors, who had a record of 73-9 at the end of the regular season. The Warriors' triumph over the formidable Raptors, led by all-star guard Steph Curry and power forward center Kyle Lowry in the 2015 Finals, was an especially remarkable display of their abilities. This upset serves as a reminder of both the unpredictability of the NBA playoffs and the capacity of underdog teams to triumph against all odds. And I bet you can't forget this, the most memorable comeback in modern Sixers history. In May 2012, the Sixers defeated the Chicago Bulls in Game 6 of their first-round matchup, making headway to the second round for their first time in 9 years. An 8th seed crushing the biggest giant in the East, the Sixers managed to pull off an unbelievable upset for the Bulls that gave them a 79-78 win to secure the series. With only a few seconds left, Andre Iguodala went coast-to-coast off a rebound, was fouled, went to the free throw line, and made both shots to give the Sixers the lead. Then the top-seeded San Antonio Spurs were in the opening round of the NBA playoffs in 2011 because of their tenacious play and a 4-2 series win. The Grizzlies demonstrated that NBA seeding doesn't always accurately represent a team's real strength. This upset paved the way for even more thrilling playoff moments. In the 2011 Western Conference semifinals, Dirk Nowitzki's Dallas Mavericks took on the Los Angeles Lakers, the two-time defending champions. The Mavericks outperformed the Lakers despite their lower rank, winning the series with a dominant 4-0 sweep. This upset demonstrated the Mavericks' championship caliber tenacity and marked a change of guard in the Western Conference. This upset is still remembered as one of the most unexpected outcomes in NBA postseason history. 2008, the Boston Celtics had a spectacular comeback following a dismal campaign. They defeated their longtime rivals, the Los Angeles Lakers, in a 4-2 series in the NBA Finals. The big three of the Boston Celtics, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen, performed the best for team basketball, proving that chemistry and experience can outweigh raw talent. The David versus Goliath tale, the Golden State Warriors versus the Dallas Mavericks in 2007. The 8-seeded Warriors, led by Baron Davis, shook the NBA world by defeating the top-seeded Mavericks in 6 games. It set the stage for one of the biggest upsets in NBA history, since it was the first time an 8th seed defeated a 1st seed in a best-of-7 series. Let's go back to 2004 and the NBA Finals between the widely favored Los Angeles Lakers and the Detroit Pistons. Known for their cohesive style of play and excellent defense, the Pistons surprised everyone by winning the series 4-1 to secure the championship. This incident demonstrated how vital teamwork is and how it can triumph over individual star power. And there you have it, guys, some of the NBA's biggest, most surprising upsets. What do they tell us? In the seemingly predictable basketball world, anything can happen, and team spirit can turn the tide of history. If you liked the video, subscribe to stay updated on the basketball world. See you in the next one.